Hello, it's Mrs. Beasley here, and thank you for taking the time to watch this presentation to support your son or daughter. It will go through stage by stage the application process and obviously what you can do at each stage to make sure they are on task, and it's quite a seamless process. UCAS is an independent charity that was set up many years ago to support students with applications to university, and it's all through one site, so making it quite a seamless process from start to finish. What it does is to process the application. It will give advice and training for students and both staff and parents. It actually can identify any fraud or any plagiarism of any personal statements or applications, and it also really supports students within schools as well to help them achieve the best they can through the use of this site. What it doesn't do is suggest where you should go. It doesn't make decisions or offers for you, and it doesn't advise on finance, immigration or visas for individual students. Students are going to be spoilt for choice. As the slide suggests, there's over 35,000 courses available for them to study at a wide range of institutions. Students need to decide the right sort of institution for them to go and study at, depending on what they want to study, whether they want to be at home, whether they want to be away. So the research they do now is really important, and we understand currently they're unable to go and visit the universities for the live open days, but every university is offering sort of virtual open days, and we recommend that students actually register and attend as many of these as they can to get as good an insight into what the place is like, what the course offers, and what student life is like, to make an informed choice. So as students progress towards the end of their sixth form education, there's quite a range of different options available to them. Many students will decide to apply to university via UCAS. Some students decide they want to go into an apprenticeship or a traineeship. Some decide they want to do further study abroad or to have a gap year, and some will decide to go straight into employment. Obviously, every student is different. Every student will make the choices that are best for them. But obviously we want to make you aware the UCAS site also offers more than just university application support. There's support for all those other areas as well. Not all students want to go on to university. More and more companies are offering apprenticeships, higher level apprenticeships and degree level apprenticeships, which provides students the opportunity to obviously earn while they learn, and these are becoming more popular. The UCAS site has got a dedicated area to give you advice on this, and if you click on the link on this page, it will take you straight to that area to support your son or daughter. The question you might be asking your son or daughter is, why do you want to go to university? So what are they going to gain while they're at university? They're going to study for a degree in a subject they love, a subject they are passionate about, and they'll become experts in that field. They're going to achieve a degree, and this degree will open many doors for them. Many professions now require students to have degrees to gain entry into that profession, so it's important students do their research carefully and thoroughly. They will become much more confident and have a great time as well as studying. They'll make lifelong friends, they'll develop life skills, independence, all of those qualities they will need when they pursue their career once they leave university. They will have the opportunity for better job prospects and potentially opportunities for higher earnings. It's really important that students choose the right university for them. One size does not fit all, and universities will come in three main types. Firstly, we have what's called a campus university, where students will live on that campus. They will actually attend their lectures on that campus, and most of the facilities are also on that campus, so everything is to hand. The second style of university is a city university, where a lot of the university buildings will be spread across the city. Students might live on the outskirts or different parts of the city and obviously then travel into their lectures. The third type of university is called collegiate. So Oxford, Cambridge, Durham, Lancaster, all examples of a collegiate university, where it's formed of different colleges. The students will live in that college. It's like a small community within the university. They will then travel to a central point for their lectures, depending on what they're going to study. The location again varies. Some are based in cities, others are rural, others are in small towns. So it's making sure that it's right for the student as to where they want to study and what their preference is. Universities all have different facilities and a different culture, so it's making sure students get a feel for this and knowing what is on offer and making sure it will accommodate all their needs and interests. It's worth looking at what previous graduates have done when they've left university in terms of destination data. So, do they have high employment statistics? Is the student satisfaction ranking good? So all that information is good to consider as well. Tuition fees can vary between different course providers, so do your research carefully, as well as researching the living costs for different universities. Again, that can actually vary depending on where you are located. When students apply to university, they normally have a good idea of what they want to study. So again, making sure they do the research carefully is really, really important. They need to know what the content is. Different universities will run different styles of courses. Some will be more modular based, some will be more tutorial based. So again, finding that out early is important to make sure students are being taught in their preferred way. So we've talked a lot about doing your research. The UCAS site is absolutely brilliant. Students can register to be part of the UCAS Hub, where everything is sent to their mobile device and it's all personalised as to their interests. It saves a lot of time just scrolling through different courses. They can look at what students say about the university or the blogs that are on UCAS, look at the career options and job profiles again to find out if the course they are choosing suits their hobbies, their interests and their desires. So again, there's a lot of tools on the UCAS site that students can use to make that decision. I previously mentioned the UCAS Hub. When students sign up for this, they put in what they want to study, their preferences, and it filters it all for them so it all comes to one place in their own dashboard, and it makes it very simple to navigate the site from there and a lot quicker for them. This is the UCAS Hub, where you can see it's actually filtered to the students' interests, courses they want to do, location, etc. So it makes it all very much at their fingertips and makes the whole process a lot faster than going through every single course at the different universities around the country. What to study and where to study are probably the most two important decisions that students have got to make. The UCAS site has a subject guide section where students can look at each subject in turn and the various disciplines within that subject to make sure they're choosing the right degree course for them. The site will also talk about the entry requirements students need to get onto different university courses, and again, these will vary according to the course and also according to universities. It's very important students actually look at their predicted grades to make sure the decisions they're making, the choices they're making, are realistic. UCAS has a really good virtual tour search tool where students can look at each university at their own leisure. Because a lot of the live open days have been cancelled at the moment, universities are still running live virtual open days as well, so students can sign up for those via the individual university websites. That's really well worth doing in the current climate. When students come to apply, it is all done online. They will make a maximum of 5 degree choices. There are some restrictions on this. So if they want to study medicine, veterinary science or dentistry, they can only apply for 4 different courses. If they want to apply to Oxford or Cambridge, you have to apply for either Oxford or Cambridge. You cannot apply for both. The application costs, this is where the value for money comes in. It is 1 choice for £20 or 2 to 5 choices for £26. And my advice would be to maximise your offers is to actually apply for 5 different choices, because then you have more choice when the offers come in as to where you might want to go and study. No university can see who you've applied to. So it can only see the application that comes in from you for their university, so it's invisible. So that's a really, really good point to remember. UCAS is now open for students to apply for 2022 entry. We will be supporting students during Futures Week with starting this process. If students wish to get their application in early, the first date they can do so is the 8th of September, but at that point everything must have been completed in terms of choices and also their personal statement. If students wish to apply for Oxford or Cambridge, or for medicine, veterinary medicine or science or dentistry, they must do so by the 15th of October deadline. This is because each of these courses actually has an interview process students then have to go through before the final offers are made. The deadline we set as the sixth form is the 22nd of October for all applications to be completed. That gives us time to make sure we're checking them thoroughly and we can send them off well in advance of the UCAS deadline for all other courses, which is the 26th of January. There's two reasons we do that. One, it means we show our students are being proactive. Secondly, it's quite a big process to get the UCAS application form done, and also in year 13 when they've got their studies towards their final exams and final coursework ahead of them, it's a process we like to get done early so it's completed and then they can concentrate on their studies fully. The university offers something called Extra through UCAS, which opens on the 25th of February. So if students haven't actually received offers, there are chances for them then to look at that process there, and also through clearing as well, which closes on the 30th of June. We've already mentioned that completing the UCAS application form is quite a lengthy process, so students need to have registered at ucas.com/apply, and there are 7 sections they have to fill in, the 7th one being the personal statement, which takes the most time. The 8th section is the referee details. This is the person they want in the academy to write their reference to send as part of the application process. Once students have completed their section, what happens is we upload the teacher reference, the predicted grades, and it's sent off to UCAS once students have made the payment by either credit or debit card. And we then wait for universities and colleges to make their decision and get back to students with those. By far the hardest section of the UCAS application is writing the personal statement. Previous students will tell you that it can take up to 10 drafts to get this right. The sooner students start on this, the better. It's the only chance they're going to get to really sell themselves to the admissions tutors. The only chance they're going to get to talk about themselves, their achievements and what they aspire to be. They have to do it in quite a succinct manner because there's only 4,000 characters or 47 lines available for them to do this. There is no spelling or grammar check and there's no formatting allowed. So it's really important when students are submitting their personal statement and uploading it to the UCAS site, this is all as good as it can be because admissions tutors will look at this when they're considering applications. Once the universities and colleges have received the students' offers, they review the application very carefully. They look at the personal statement, so what the students said about themselves, the qualifications they've already achieved and also what they predict to achieve in sixth form, and they'll also read the reference from their nominated referee from the academy. They will then make one of 3 decisions. The first is a conditional offer. So on the condition the students meet the entry requirements, they will get a place to study at that university. The second is an unconditional offer, which means that the student has got a place regardless of the grades they achieve in their summer exams. There's a caveat with this because there's a danger that students can actually perhaps lose focus slightly if this happens. It's really important they do not because when they apply for jobs after university, many employers look back at their sixth form grades to decide whether to offer employment or not. The final decision a university can make is unsuccessful where maybe the student has not met the entry requirements for that course. Universities may also ask for some more information from students. They may ask them to sit an admissions test, to attend an interview, or to submit a portfolio or attend an audition. This is more obvious with the arts-based subjects. Once students' applications have been sent off, any further correspondence to them will come through something called track. This is where they can track the process of application 24/7. All the offers they receive will come into track. They reply to their offers through track and it's all online. In track, students will actually decide which is their firm, so that's the university they really want to go to, and their insurance choice. They can only confirm 2. The rest they would have to reject. Okay. The firm choice means if they got their grade, they would go to that university. If they didn't get the grades of the firm choice, they would automatically, if they achieved the right grades, go into the insurance choice. Okay. Students have to usually respond to this by the end of May, but this year this has been put back slightly. It was to the 6th of June to give students a bit more time because of the current situation. There are other options for students who will not have had their offers for the choices they have made. So depending on where their offers had to be in by, between the 25th of February and the 4th of July, they can apply one by one for different courses to different universities to see if they can get a place. If after the 30th of June they still have no offers or they've declined the offers they've received, they go into something called clearing, which means they can then find vacancies from July universities one at a time via their university track. If students perform better than expected in the summer results and they had not applied for some courses because they felt they wouldn't get the predicted grades, they can apply for something called adjustment, which means they can actually look for another course at a different university that they might have access to now. So your son or daughter right now should make sure the research has been done. They should know where they want to go, what course they want to study, and making sure it's right for them. So that's paramount importance. They need to be thinking about what else they can put in their personal statement. Do they have any extracurricular activities they could talk about? Do they play sport? Do they play a musical instrument? Do they actually lead at a group outside of school? Do they volunteer? Because all of these develop skills and attributes that universities will want to see in students. Have they got any more recent work experience? Have they got a part-time job? If they've had work experience in year 10, what are the work experience they've got of the workplace they could actually talk about? Do they go above and beyond the syllabus of subjects they're studying now? Something called supracurricular activities. Are they reading research into the university course they want to study? All of this is really important. And the most important of all is making sure they're working hard because they've got to get the grades to get there. So working hard now, getting all the coursework and exam preparation in place. So when they take their exams and complete their courses next year, they're getting their results they want to go on to the course they actually desire. It can be quite daunting, the whole UCAS application process, but as a parent or carer, there is some support you can provide for your son or daughter. The UCAS website has got a dedicated page for you to look at, and also I will attach with this PowerPoint a presentation book that you can also use to help you. You can sign up for updates from UCAS that will come through to you as and when you need to know information. We've talked about the open days, so the virtual open days and the live open days virtually are taking place now. If you can, sit and watch them with your son or daughter to see, to get a different perspective on what they're going to study and where they're going to study. And again, make sure you are being proactive. It's really important if we can to have students in on results day in August rather than not being on holiday. Obviously, that's looking very unlikely this year, but obviously, it's important we have them here because if there is an issue or we need to contact the university, it's best to do it through school so we can actually help them. Thank you for taking the time to watch this presentation and listen to the recordings. I hope it's helped. If there are any questions, please contact me at Wensfield High Academy and I'll obviously get back to you as soon as I can with that. I hope you all take care. Thank you.